When a man truly wants you, he doesn't just say it, he shows it. Words might paint a picture, but actions create the masterpiece. You can feel his intentions not just in grand gestures, but in the small, consistent ways he shows up. He's not waiting for convenience, nor is he measuring how much effort is enough. No, when a man wants you, you'll know, because he makes you feel like you matter. It starts with him reaching out, not once or twice, but regularly. When he texts you to ask about your day or calls just to hear your voice, it's not because he has nothing better to do. It's because he wants to stay connected. You're not just a part of his day, you're a priority. He's not waiting for you to initiate, nor does he let days or weeks pass without checking in. There's no game, no mystery. So his effort is steady and intentional. And let's be real, life gets busy. Everyone has responsibilities pulling them in 100 different directions. But when a man is truly invested, he doesn't use that as an excuse. He finds a way. Maybe it's a quick call between meetings, or showing up when he knows you need him, even if it means rearranging his plans. That kind of consistency isn't just about effort, it's about respect. It's about showing you that you're not an afterthought. You're worth the time every single day. And then there's the planning. A man who wants you badly isn't sitting back hoping things will happen on their own. He takes charge. He's thoughtful, whether it's planning a simple dinner or something more elaborate. It's not about how expensive the plan is or how flashy it looks. It's about the intention behind it. He's thinking about what will make you smile, what will make you happy. He's paying attention, remembering the little things you've mentioned, and using that to create moments that matter. Hey, when he's into you, he doesn't just show up for the good times. He's there for the hard ones too. If you're having a tough day, he doesn't disappear. He steps in, asking, "How can I help? What do you need?" He's not just there when it's convenient or when everything is easy. He's there when it counts. That's the kind of effort that speaks louder than any words ever could. Let me tell you something. This kind of consistency isn't about perfection. It's not about doing everything right every time. It's about showing you through his actions that he cares. It's about building trust, day by day, so you never have to question where you stand with him. And trust me, when a man truly wants you, there won't be any confusion. You won't have to second guess his feelings or wonder if you're important to him. Or you won't have to second guess his feelings or wonder if you're important to him. He'll make it clear, not just once, but over and over again. Now, don't mistake this for effort that's meant to impress. It's not about showmanship. It's about authenticity. A man who wants you isn't just trying to win your affection. He's investing in it. He's thinking long term, even in the little things he does. And that's what separates the temporary from the timeless. So when you see a man consistently showing up, when he's putting in the effort, making time and ensuring you know you're valued, don't underestimate what that means. It's not something you have to demand or chase. It's something he offers freely because his heart is in it. Scott, when a man does this, it's not just a gesture of affection. It's a reflection of his character. It's a glimpse into how he sees you and how much he values what the two of you could build together. That kind of effort, that kind of consistency, it's rare. And when you find it, you'll know it's real. When a man truly wants you, it's in the details. He doesn't just hear you, he listens. He pays attention in ways that go beyond the surface, because for him, every little thing about you matters. It's the center of your life. It's not just about remembering your favorite color or the way you like your coffee, though he'll probably get that right too. It's about how deeply he tunes into who you are, what makes you smile, and what you care about most. You can tell he's paying attention because he notices things others might miss. Maybe you mention a dream you've always had but never pursued, and weeks later he brings it up, not just to acknowledge it, but to encourage you to chase it. Or perhaps you casually mention a book you've been wanting to read, And one day he surprises you with it, not because you asked, but because he remembered. That's not an accident. That's intentional. And it's not just the big moments that reveal this. It's the little ones too. It's the way he notices when something's off, even when you don't say a word. He catches the way your energy changes, the subtle shift in your tone, or the quiet way you retreat when you're feeling overwhelmed. He doesn't push or pry. He just lets you know he's there, ready to listen if you need him. That's what happens when someone truly sees you. When a man truly wants you, he makes it a point to understand you. He doesn't settle for the surface level version of who you are. He's invested in learning the layers. He asks questions, not to interrogate, but because he genuinely wants to know. What drives you? What scares you? What lights a fire in your soul? He pays attention because he's not just interested in being part of your life today, he's imagining what it would mean to walk alongside you in the future. It's not just about what he remembers, it's about how he uses that knowledge to show he cares. If you've mentioned your love for a certain kind of music, he's likely to have it playing when you step into his car. If you've told him about a challenging project at work, he's checking in to see how it went. He doesn't just let your words drift by. He holds on to them because they matter to him. And let's not forget the moments when life gets hard, because those are the times when you truly see where someone's heart is. A man who pays attention to the details will notice when you're feeling weighed down, even if you try to hide it. He won't let you carry that burden alone. He'll step in, offering support in ways that feel natural, not forced. Maybe he offers a kind word, a helping hand, or even just a quiet moment of understanding. Whatever it is, he's showing you that your struggles matter to him as much as your joys do. This kind of attention doesn't come from obligation. It comes from a genuine desire to know you better. He's not doing it to impress you or win points. He's doing it because he values you. And that's a powerful thing. When someone pays attention to you at that level, it changes the way you see yourself. You realize that your voice, your dreams, your little quirks, they all hold weight. They're not just things you keep inside. They're pieces of you that someone else treasures. When a man pays this much attention, it's not just about him seeing you. It's about him showing you that he wants to be part of your world. He's not just listening to what you say. He's showing up in ways that align with who you are. He's investing in your happiness, your growth, and your well-being. That's not just love. That's respect. And without respect, there's no foundation for anything real. So, if you find a man who truly listens, who takes the time to notice, and who shows you through his actions that every detail matters, hold on to that. Because when a man wants you that badly, you won't have to question it. It'll be in the way he looks at you, the way he remembers the things that make you unique, and the way he shows you every day that you're worth it. When a man truly wants you, you'll see it in his willingness to be vulnerable. That's not something easy for most men to do, but when it happens, it speaks volumes. For he'll let you into places he doesn't share with the world. Maybe it's his fears, the ones he's carried in silence for years. Maybe it's his struggles, the times he felt like he wasn't enough, or the doubts he wrestles with late at night. These aren't things he shows to just anyone. When he shares them with you, it's because he sees you as someone safe, someone who won't judge him for being human. And you'll know it's real because it won't feel rehearsed or polished. It'll be raw, sometimes even messy. He might stumble over his words or hesitate, unsure of how to say what's on his mind, but he'll say it anyway because he wants you to understand him. Not just the man he is when everything is going right, but the man he is in his most honest, unguarded moments. When a man wants you badly, he doesn't just show you his strengths. He shows you his scars. He's not trying to impress you with perfection or hide behind a facade. He's letting you see the battles he's fought, the lessons he's learned, and the pain that shaped him. That's a level of openness that requires trust. It's not about seeking pity or asking for validation. It's about building a deeper connection, one rooted in authenticity. This kind of vulnerability isn't just about words, it's about actions too. It's in the way he leans on you when life feels heavy. He's not afraid to admit when he needs help or when he doesn't have all the answers. He lets you be his partner, not just in the good times, but in the challenges as well. That's a powerful thing because it's saying, I trust you enough to let you hold a piece of my world. But here's the thing, vulnerability goes both ways. A man who shows you his heart isn't just opening up for the sake of it. He's inviting you to do the same. He's creating a space where you feel safe to share your fears, your dreams, and the parts of yourself you've kept hidden. He doesn't just want to know the version of you that smiles for the world. He wants to know the real you, the one with all the complexities and contradictions that make you human. And when you let him in, he doesn't dismiss or diminish what you share. He listens. He holds space for your emotions, even when they're difficult or complicated. He doesn't try to fix everything or rush you to move past it. He's there, fully present, letting you know that your feelings are valid and that you don't have to go through it alone. This kind of connection is rare, but it's also what sets something real apart from something temporary. It's easy to put up walls, to keep things at a surface level where they feel safe and predictable. But when a man truly wants you, he's willing to take the risk of letting those walls down. He knows that to build something meaningful, he has to let you see him, not just the parts he's proud of, but the parts he's still working on. And let's not forget, vulnerability doesn't mean he's weak or unsure of himself. It means he's strong enough to be honest. It means he's confident enough to say, this is me, flaws and all. That kind of honesty takes courage, and it's a sign of how deeply he values you. Because in showing you his true self, he's saying you're worth the risk, you're worth the trust. So when you see a man open up like that, don't take it lightly. It's not something he does for everyone. It's a sign that he's not just interested in having you in his life. He's interested in building something real with you. And when a man wants you that much, you'll feel it. Not just in his words, but in the way he allows himself to be seen, fully and completely. When a man truly wants you, he makes it clear through his actions. He doesn't just talk about prioritizing you, he lives it. You'll see it in the way he rearranges his schedule, in the time he carves out for you, and in the way he's present. Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. It's not about grand gestures or sweeping declarations. It's about the consistent choices he makes every day to show you that you matter to him. Life is busy for all of us. There are careers to chase, responsibilities to juggle, and countless distractions pulling us in different directions. But when a man wants you, none of those things will ever take precedence over making you feel valued. It's not that he abandons everything else in his life. It's that he learns how to balance it, ensuring you're always part of the equation. He doesn't leave you wondering where you stand or make you feel like an afterthought. He prioritizes you because, to him, your presence in his life is worth that effort. You'll know it's real when he chooses you, not just in the big obvious moments, but in the small everyday ones too. When he's tired after a long day but still makes time to call and ask how you're doing, that's him choosing you. When he includes you in his plans for the weekend, or makes sure you know you're welcome at his family gatherings, that's him prioritizing you. It's in those quiet gestures that you see the depth of his commitment. It's not just about spending time, it's about the quality of that time. When he's with you, he's really with you, He's not distracted by his phone or preoccupied with something else. He's engaged, listening to you, laughing with you, sharing parts of his world with you. He makes you feel like you're the most important person in the room because to him, you are. And four, and let's be honest, it's easy to show up when things are going well, but when life gets tough, that's when you really see what someone's priorities are. A man who wants you doesn't disappear when things get complicated or challenging. If anything, he steps up. He's there when you need him, even if it's inconvenient. He's there not just to celebrate your victories, but to stand by you through the struggles, showing you that he's in this for the long haul. It's also in the way he includes you in his life, not just as a guest, but as a part of it. He wants you to meet the people who matter to him, his family, his closest friends, because he sees you as someone who belongs in that circle. He wants to share his world with you, and he wants to be a part of yours too. He's curious about the things you love, the people you care about, and the experiences that have shaped you. He doesn't just want to know you, he wants to understand you, to truly connect with you on every level. But it's not just about making you feel like a priority, it's about showing you that you're a priority, day in and day out. He's consistent, not just when it's easy or convenient, but even when it takes effort. He makes sure you never have to wonder where you stand, because his actions speak louder than any words ever could. So that's the second phase of leadership. And here's the thing, when a man prioritizes you, it's not about putting his own needs or dreams on hold. It's about finding a way to integrate your lives in a way that feels balanced and mutual. He wants to support your goals just as much as he wants to achieve his own. He's not looking for someone to follow his path. He's looking for a partner to walk alongside him, building something together. When a man shows you through his actions that you're a priority, it's a reflection of his respect and love for you. It's his way of saying, you're not just someone I care about, you're someone I want to build a life with. And when he makes you feel that way, you'll know it's real, because actions like that don't come from convenience, they come from intention. When a man truly wants you, one of the clearest signs is the way he protects and supports you. And I'm not just talking about physical protection, although that's part of it. I'm talking about how he shows up for you in every sense. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's in the way he becomes your partner, your advocate, and sometimes even your shield when life gets heavy. You'll notice it in the way he steps in, not because he thinks you're incapable, but because he wants you to feel safe. Safe to be yourself, safe to express how you feel, and safe to navigate life knowing he's got your back. He's not trying to take control or fix everything for you. He's simply letting you know you're not alone. That kind of protection isn't about dominance. It's about care. It's about standing by your side, not in front of you, and letting you know he's someone you can lean on. When a man wants you, he's not afraid to be your source of strength. If you're feeling overwhelmed, he's the one who helps steady you. If you're uncertain, he's the one who reminds you of your worth, your potential, and everything you're capable of achieving. He supports you in ways that empower you, not diminish you. That's the difference between a man who simply cares and a man who truly values you. This support goes beyond just words, though words do matter. When he tells you he believes in you, it's not just something to say, it's something he genuinely means. But more importantly, he shows it through his actions. Maybe it's staying up late to help you prepare for that big presentation. Maybe it's encouraging you to take a leap of faith even when you're scared. Or maybe it's something as simple as being a calming presence when you're feeling chaotic inside. Whatever it is, his support is unwavering and it comes from a place of love. Now let's talk about what it means to be protective. It's not about being possessive or controlling. It's about being attentive and caring. He pays attention to the things that matter to you, the things that might stress you out or weigh you down. He notices when you're tired, when you're worried, or when you're holding something back. And instead of ignoring it, he steps in, asking, "What can I do? How can I help?" He doesn't wait for you to ask for support because he's already tuned in to what you need. But being protective isn't just about reacting to challenges. It's also about creating an environment where you can thrive. A man who truly wants you doesn't just protect you from the outside world. He protects your peace. He doesn't add to your stress or bring unnecessary drama into your life. Instead, he's a source of calm, a reminder that there's someone in your corner who wants to see you happy and at ease. And let's not forget, this kind of protection and support is a two-way street. A man who truly wants you doesn't just want to be your protector. He wants to know you'll do the same for him. He values mutual respect and partnership, where both of you are lifting each other up, standing strong together, no matter what life throws your way. That's the kind of connection that lasts, the kind that builds something unshakable. This isn't about putting you in a box or limiting you. It's about creating a space where you feel free to be yourself, to chase your dreams, to face the world knowing you've got someone cheering you on every step of the way. It's about being with someone who sees your strength and admires it, who doesn't feel threatened by your success but celebrates it like it's his own. The men surrounded him. When a man wants you, his protective and supportive nature isn't something he switches on and off. It's part of who he is with you. He's not just showing up for the good times. He's standing with you through the tough ones, too. He's not afraid to weather the storms because he sees the beauty in what the two of you have. So if you ever find yourself wondering if a man truly wants you, pay attention to how he supports you. Pay attention to whether he makes you feel safe, whether he's there when it matters most. Because when a man shows you that kind of care, that kind of consistency, you won't have to guess. You'll feel it in your soul. When a man truly wants you, it shows in the way he plans his future with you in mind. It's not just about the here and now, it's about what's ahead. You'll notice that he's not just thinking short term. He's imagining a life that includes you, a journey where you walk side by side, building something meaningful together. It's not always about grand declarations or detailed blueprints, but it's clear in the way he talks about what's to come. He uses words like we and us, not I and me. His vision for tomorrow doesn't feel complete unless you're part of it. That might mean he's asking your thoughts about where you'd like to live one day, or what kind of family you dream of having, or even how you envision your careers growing together. It's not forced, it's natural, because he sees you as an essential piece of the life he wants to create. This isn't about rushing things or putting pressure on you. It's about showing you that he's serious. He's intentional about the choices he makes, knowing they affect not just his future, but yours too. If he's considering a big decision, he'll want your input because your perspective matters to him. He's not making plans that leave you on the sidelines. He's inviting you to dream with him, to shape a shared future together. When a man wants you, he's not afraid to talk about commitment. He's not playing games or avoiding the conversation about where things are going. He's open and clear about his intentions, and he makes you feel secure in what you're building together. You're not left guessing or wondering how he feels because his actions and his words align. He's showing you, through every little thing he does, that you're someone he's not just passing time with. You're someone he's building with. And it's not just about words or promises, it's about the way he acts. You'll see it in how he makes room for you in his life. He's not just carving out space for you in the present, he's making sure there's room for you in the future. Maybe it's introducing you to the people closest to him, or inviting you into his world in a way that makes it clear you belong there. Maybe it's the way he talks about his goals, always considering how they align with yours. A man who truly wants you will work to create stability and security, not just for himself, but for both of you. He's thinking about how to build a foundation strong enough to hold the weight of what you're creating together. That doesn't mean he has all the answers or that everything is perfect, but it does mean he's committed to figuring it out with you. He's not afraid of the work it takes to make a relationship last because he knows you're worth it. It's less frightening for a man to admit himself wrong because he knows you're worth it. You'll also see it in the way he supports your dreams. He doesn't just focus on his own vision of the future, he's invested in yours too. He encourages you to go after what you want, to reach for the things that set your soul on fire. He's not intimidated by your ambition or your independence. In fact, he admires it. He's not looking to hold you back, he's looking to grow with you. When a man includes you in his future, it's not just about the big milestones, it's about the everyday moments too. He's thinking about how you'll spend your Sundays together, the traditions you'll create, the little routines that make life feel rich and full. He's imagining the laughter, the challenges, and the quiet moments of simply being together. That's when you know it's real, when he's not just dreaming of the highs, but embracing the full spectrum of life with you. And here's the truth. When a man sees a future with you, you won't have to push or pull to make it happen. He'll make it known through his consistency, his presence, and his effort. He won't just tell you what he wants, he'll show you. Because when a man truly wants you, he's not afraid to dream big, to plan ahead, and to let you know you're part of his vision for what's next. So if you're with someone who's thinking about the road ahead, who's making it clear that you're not just part of his life now, but part of his future too, hold on to that. Because that's not just love, it's purpose. And when a man has that kind of clarity about you, you'll feel it in the way he moves, the way he speaks, and the way he chooses you every single day.